Imagine watching your own wife being murdered before your very eyes, hiding her dead body with your own hands, only to find out a few months later that no murder ever took place that night. Are you losing your mind? Or have you been trapped in a terrifying, calculated blueprint? Today, I will tell you the story of a deserted villa in Oregon and an obsessive, psychopathic husband whose arrogance led him straight into a living hell. Today's story features psychological twists that will completely turn your mind upside down. So do not miss a single moment and watch this video until the very end. The story begins in a massive, isolated Victorian villa located on the outskirts of Oregon, USA. Covered in heavy snow, the drawing room's glass walls inside the house are shattered into pieces, scattered everywhere. Looking at the surroundings, it is glaringly obvious that a terrifying struggle or violent fight took place here just moments ago. Expensive red wine bottles rolled across the floor, and bloodstains have blended together to create a gruesome scene. At the base of the staircase lies a pair of torn women's gloves, hinting at a woman in grave danger. The entire house is submerged in an unfathomable silence that would send shivers down the spine of any ordinary person. Right at midnight, a team of sharp Portland police detectives and a forensic team break down the front door of the villa and enter. They head to the master bedroom on the second floor and find the owner of this house, a highly successful architect named Abir, fast asleep. Abir has a deep cut on his right hand, and his entire shirt is splattered with fresh stains of blood. When the police officers wake Abir up, instead of fear, a strange, sinister, and calm smile appears on his face. Neighbors had called the police, reporting that a young woman's heartbreaking screams had been heard from this house over the past few days. The experienced lady detective in charge of the investigation, Detective Charlotte, immediately handcuffs Abir, puts him in the police van, and begins the interrogation. Under Detective Charlotte's intense questioning, when Abir finally opens his mouth, the story flashes back straight to 1 year ago. Abir's wife, Rupsa, was a curator at a renowned city art gallery and a highly independent, modern Bengali woman. But behind Rupsa's glamorous life lay a dark and harrowing chapter, because Abir was a psychopath with a dangerously obsessive mindset. In the name of love, Abir kept Rupsa imprisoned within the four walls of their home. He had installed secret spyware on Rupsa's iPhone, laptop, and all banking transactions to maintain total digital surveillance over her. Whom Rupsa was talking to, when and where she was going, everything was in the palm of Abir's hand. He even watched the live CCTV footage of Rupsa's office on his phone every single day. If Rupsa protested even a little, Abir would lose all control over himself, smashing expensive household items to terrify her. He would tell Rupsa, "In this Western crime city, you have no one but me, so I hold the absolute right over your every breath." Rupsa desperately wanted to escape this suffocating situation, but she had no way of knowing how to break free from Abir's digital web. Amidst all this, a new art exhibition is organized at Rupsa's gallery over a weekend, where Ryan arrives as the chief guest. Ryan was a British crime novelist and an old friend of Rupsa, who primarily researched the psychology of criminals. Seeing the unutterable terror hidden inside Rupsa's eyes and her pale face, Ryan realizes on the very first day that something is terribly wrong. One day, avoiding Abir's watchful eye, Rupsa meets Ryan at a quiet cafe in the city and breaks down in tears. She tells him that Abir refuses to grant her a divorce, and worse, threatens to kill her if she talks about separating. Ryan consoles Rupsa and says, "To escape a psychopath, we have to play a game bigger than the law itself, a move where he will end up building his own trap." On the other hand, Abir, sitting in his office at his architectural firm, was tracking the live locations of Rupsa and Ryan on his laptop screen. His lady boss and partner in the firm, Christina, notices Abir's severe lack of attention to his work and hands him a final termination notice. Without showing any agitation, Abir tosses a pen drive and some confidential documents onto Christina's table. Those documents meticulously detailed Christina's insurance fraud and a massive real estate scam. Abir threatens Christina in a cold, low voice. "If you fire me, this file goes straight to FBI headquarters, and your next stop will be an underground prison cell." Christina turns pale with fear and is forced to grant Abir complete freedom to work exactly as he pleases. This is where the first hidden twist of the story begins. Abir thought he was blackmailing Christina, but he had no idea that Christina had been keeping an eye on him for a very long time. One day, Abir's colleagues force him to a reputed downtown pub, where an intoxicated young woman approaches him. When the girl tries to flirt with Abir, he shoves her violently, throwing her to the floor, and hurls filthy abuses at her. When one of Abir's colleagues steps in to calm him down, Abir takes a broken beer bottle and slashes the colleague's face into ribbons. Following this violent incident at the pub, when the police check Abir's background, a terrifyingly dark past comes to light. Abir and Rupsa were actually distant cousins, and during their childhood, they studied together at a boarding school in Europe. Abir had been extremely possessive since childhood. Back in boarding school, when a classmate gifted Rupsa a red rose, Abir set that boy's bed on fire in the middle of the night. Because of this psychotic behavior, Abir was sent to a mental rehab center. But Rupsa's family had kept that truth completely hidden. When Rupsa's father passed away, Abir put on a righteous act and legally transferred all of Rupsa's property rights into his own name. The flashback ends, and the story cuts back to the present. One morning, Abir wakes up to find that Rupsa has vanished from the villa. He frantically raids Rupsa's gallery and Ryan's apartment, but despite searching everywhere, he finds no trace of her. In a fit of rage, Abir burns down all the paintings in Ryan's studio and goes to Detective Charlotte to file a missing persons report for Rupsa. Nearly 2 weeks pass after Rupsa's disappearance, and left completely alone in the massive villa, Abir slowly begins to lose his mental balance. He hangs massive portraits of Rupsa on the walls, talking to them alone while drinking alcohol incessantly. From this point on, strange occurrences begin happening inside the villa. In the middle of the night, he hears the distinct sound of high-heeled shoes walking down the corridor and hallucinates that Rupsa is calling out to him. It feels to him as if Rupsa is whispering, "Even if you bury me alive, I will never leave you, Abir." Consumed by intense guilt and mental agony, Abir cuts his own hand and begins writing Rupsa's name on the walls with his own blood. His madness escalates to the point where he mistakes the housemaid for Rupsa. Suddenly, on a stormy night during a heavy blizzard, the drawing room glass door flies open and Rupsa steps inside. Rupsa is wearing a striking red gown, and her eyes are completely calm and steady, taking Abir by surprise. When Abir rushes to embrace her, Rupsa steps back and says, "I am fleeing the country with Ryan. You are finally free." Hearing these words, the sleeping psychopathic monster inside Abir awakens, and he grabs Rupsa by the throat, pinning her to the floor. He picks up a heavy crystal showpiece from the drawing room and strikes Rupsa on the head several times, leaving her covered in blood. Abir then drags Rupsa's lifeless body into the bathroom, locks the door, and goes to sleep himself. Following reports from the neighbors, the police arrive and arrest a blood-soaked Abir. And after intense interrogation, he is presented straight to court. Based on Abir's own confession and the bloodstains found in the room, the judge bypasses a death sentence and orders him to be confined for life in a dark cell at a high-security mental asylum in Oregon. where he is subjected to heavy doses of electric shock therapy daily.
After 3 months in the mental asylum, the biggest twist of the story unfolds. One day, his lady boss from the office, Christina, comes to visit Abir. Abir is stunned to see Christina, but she flashes a sinister smile from behind the glass partition, revealing her true identity. Christina reveals that she was never just an ordinary architecture firm boss. She is Ryan's biological older sister and an underground drug dealer. Christina laughs and says, "You thought you were blackmailing me? In reality, I was the one slipping a drug into your coffee every single day, a substance that drives a person to extreme levels of hallucination. I even had total access to your so-called spyware, which I used to feed Rupsa updates on your every move." Christina had intentionally amplified Abir's obsessive psychosis through the drugs so that he would lose complete control and commit a massive crime.
Under the influence of this drug, Abir heard Rupsa's voice every night and became violently unhinged, which was all part of Christina and Ryan's master plan. When Abir realizes that he has fallen victim to a massive corporate and psychological trap, his mind shatters. He screams frantically, slamming against the glass wall. But Christina walks away, leaving him entirely alone. But the final and most shocking twist of the story was yet to come. Right after Christina leaves, the chief doctor of the asylum enters Abir's cell, accompanied by Detective Charlotte. Charlotte holds up a live video call in front of Abir, and the screen displays a beautiful view of a California beach. On the screen, Rupsa and Ryan are seen blissfully happy, walking hand in hand along the seashore.
Rupsa looks at Abir through the video call and says in a calm voice, "Abir, you thought you were an IT expert, but you forgot that behind art, there lies deep science." Rupsa reveals that on the night Abir thought he attacked her, she had never even set foot inside that villa. That night, Christina had spiked Abir's coffee with an extreme dose of the hallucinogenic drug, causing him to experience a complete illusion. The blood in the room was actually artificial chemical blood, formulated in Ryan's laboratory, and the shattered showpiece was a perfect art prop crafted by Rupsa herself. Driven by the drug-induced frenzy, Abir had unknowingly assaulted a silicone doll, mistaking it for Rupsa, and locked it in the bathroom, all of which was recorded as CCTV footage by their own hidden cameras.
That's not all. Detective Charlotte drops another bombshell on Abir. The dark past of Abir and the files regarding Christina's scams were actually nothing more than fictional plots written for Ryan's upcoming crime novel. Christina was never a criminal. Instead, they had hacked Abir's spyware and planted those fake files onto Christina's laptop through Abir himself, making him believe he was invincible. The judge and the police department were fully aware of Rupsa's counterplan from the very beginning, and given Abir's history of psychotic behavior, they had authorized this therapeutic trap. Abir was not legally locked up for murder, but rather for his past offenses, the violent assault at the pub, and his current mental instability, keeping him in this asylum for life. Rupsa legally reclaimed all her father's properties from Abir's name and started a new, free life with Ryan in a new city in America.
After the video call disconnects, Abir turns completely to stone, staring blankly at the screen. He realizes that the very bird he sought to cage has locked him away in an eternal cage of mental hell. His own obsessive mind and arrogance have brought him to this pathetic state. As the lights of the asylum fade to black, Abir glimpses the imaginary vision of Rupsa in her red gown once again, and begins to laugh like a maniac into the darkness.
So friends, how did you like Rupsa's flawless psychological revenge and the double twist of this story? Was this master plan executed by Christina and Ryan justified? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the story, please don't forget to like and share.
And for more spine-chilling mystery stories like this, subscribe to our channel right now and press the bell icon